Today's build, I'm actually going to change out the stock factory speaker on my 2021 Rav4 LE with these. I'll put the link in the description. So first we're going to want to pop this off. You take a little pry tool, get under here and just work your way back. And on the back there's a little tab facing this way, so you want to just slide the entire trim piece to the right to get that off. So this is what it looks like with the panel off. 2 bolts that we need to get to are here and here, and there's 1 screw behind the little lever mechanism that we need to get to, so we'll just prop that up as well. Now once you have all the panels off, just take out these screws. You want to pop the back of the door off. You can do that just by taking the pry tool and going around the frame. So once you have it disconnected, you'll have to go and just take off these 2 prongs, so the green and the white, and then unplug these 2 plugs for the wiring harness. We can get to the speaker. As you can see, the stock speaker is just this little plastic one, and the one we're changing it for, this is an infinity reference, I believe it is. And once we get in there, you can see the difference in the size of the magnet. For those of you who want, you can drill out the rivets. Unfortunately, there's no way to get this off without getting a drill in there. So what I'm gonna do is just cut around the cone itself. And you see I unplugged it. And I'm just gonna take a blade and just trim nicely around here. And some people aren't gonna like this, but when you rivet in the speakers, that's what happens. Now that we have that cut, we're gonna start pulling away. We're not gonna use these again, of course. So, no problem there. All right, there we go. We can pull this out. You can tell the difference between the speaker size, just like that. So this is gonna be a huge improvement. I think that Toyota really just put garbage in these Rav4s to start with. So without the JBL upgrade, this is just what you get. It's not the prettiest, but in order to ensure that the new wire harness can get in there, I just poked out a hole with a pocket knife. Some people drill into the port if they care about aesthetics, but I just care about sound at this point. And that will allow us to get the speaker input from this plug into our actual speakers. Alright, once we get that in place, what we can do is actually just take the screws and put it through the foam area, and it plugs into this plastic essentially. It's not a perfect alignment, but it's definitely enough to keep the speakers in place and stop it from wobbling around. I actually recommend taking some double-sided adhesive tape. I did this on the other side, and just go around the seam of this in order to hold the speaker in place so it's not going to wobble on you. Alright, once it's all set, I just use a little bit of electrical tape to ensure the components don't rattle around. It's not pretty, but it'll work. Let's give it a test.
Where can I go in this world when I only got 250 on my oyster? Yeah. The way I'm conditioned to think is...
Alright, let's get this buttoned up again. So we're going to do the same thing, plug in the wire harness, plug in these 2. Alright, now just get the screws back in, and you should be good to go. One thing to note on this trim piece for the door is this is that little peg, the little latch that you need to slide in first, and then you can start to button everything up. All right, let's get testing.